Heroes of Warcraft.
What's up, guys? How you doing? Welcome to the official Legendary Disenchanting guide. Here we go. The first card, the highest on my priority list for you to disenchant if you need extra dust, is this guy right here, Millhouse Monostorm. Enemy spells cost 0 next turn. You do not want that ever. If you're playing against any class of spells, 4/4 doesn't matter. They're going to be able to use the spells to get rid of the 4/4. And if you're playing against a druid with spells like Power of the Wild, where he can play a 3/2 Panther for free, as well as play a swipe to get rid of Monostorm, he's just the worst card there is. Number 2 on my list is going to be Gruul. That's this guy. Whoops. No matches found. There we go. Did I spell it wrong? G-R-U-U-L. No, I didn't. I spelled it correctly. So I don't know why it didn't show up. Anyways, interesting. Gruul. So anyways, at the end of your turn, gain +1/+1. Basically, he costs 8 to play, and he's a 7/7 when you play him. The only reason he's a bad card is because of the popularity of Silence and also Miracle Rogue right now in the current meta, where they sap him, return him to your hand. There's also the popularity of Big Game Hunter. He's essentially just way too slow. He's way too slow. I would like to see him changed. I would like to see him cost 7, and then I think this card would be viable. Although right now, as it stands, 8 cost, no good. Even though he does turn into an 8/8 at the end of your turn, still no good. It's too easy for your opponent to play around. He doesn't really fit into any of the current decks that are momentum-based, board control-based, all that good stuff. He's just a late-game creature you throw down, and you hope they have nothing to deal with him. And that's the only way you can win with him. If they have any solution to this problem, you basically lose the game, or you're highly unfavored. The next card I would say is Nosdormu. So let's just go here. So Nosdormu is going to be the next card to disenchant. This guy right here. Players only have 15 seconds to take their turns. Yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. He costs 9 mana to play. His battle cry is not that effective. Chances are, if you're looking to win a game with Nosdormu and you're relying on them not having enough time to, to make their plays, to do what they need to do, chances are you're probably already going to lose the game. And yeah, it's not going to do anything for you. There's no battle cry that gives you momentum. It's a 9 for 8/8 base value. The time constraint, in my experience, has never been a factor, so that's why Nosdormu is my number 3 card to disenchant. The number 4th card on my list would be Illidan. This guy right here, Illidan Stormrage. Whenever you play a card 7/2 Flame Azeroth, he costs 6, he's a 7/5. The only reason why I would say disenchant Illidan, and keep in mind this is in order of what you should disenchant if you're looking for dust, if you're trying to craft more useful cards. The reason why you would disenchant Illidan is because of the 5 health that he has. This right here, the 5 health. Since he costs 6, that's great. But the 2/1 Flame Azeroth die to any form of AoE at all. Swipe is a good one, for example. And the 5 health for 6 mana is just, it makes him too weak. In my experience, players have almost always been able to deal with 5 health on turn 6. Because there are much more powerful spells that deal a lot more damage, or they can combo 2 or 3 spells in one turn to deal with a 5 health minion. So just because he comes on turn 6, the 5 health is no good. I would like to see Illidan as a 5-drop with 5 health and just reduce his attack to 6. I think that would be fair, and I think that would make Illidan viable. But as it stands right now, he's no good, in my opinion. Hogger is actually... Oh, I don't want to craft or disenchant here. Hogger is the next one, in my opinion, in the list down to disenchant. So 5, this would be the 5th card that you should disenchant. So if you have these cards, make sure you're watching this video in order. The only reason I'd want to just discard Hogger is, once again, because of the cards that your opponent can play on turn 6 to deal with a 4/4 are just too easy and too many. They have a number of things they can do. If they save coin, if they have an innervate, they can get even more mana to deal with it, to use hero power, swipe, and wrath for 1 on your you know, your 2/1 taunt after they've already swiped Hogger, and now they just drew a card, they've cleared your board, and if they had anything on the board before you played Hogger, you have no momentum whatsoever. I would like to see Hogger cost 5 and maybe make him 3 attack. I think really the health is what causes creatures to be viable or not viable. It really is the durability of the creature and being able to stay on the board one additional turn. To be able to have something on the table that you can use to deal with what your opponent plays. That's the basic, you know, fundamental of board control, in my opinion. Next card on the list is going to be Harrison Jones. The only reason why Harrison Jones is so far down on the list is because, you know, there are a lot of control warriors playing right now. So, you know, for Fiery War Axe, if you can get rid of a Gore Howl, they usually don't play Arcanite Reaper. Only aggro warriors usually play that card. Also, Shaman is gaining popularity once again. So things like, you know, Doomhammer, Stormforged Axe, all that. So the next card on the list is going to be Captain Greenskin. So the reason why this guy is so low on the list as well is because he actually does have some uses if you are playing an aggro warrior or a control warrior. You know, even Shaman, I can see some potential for Captain Greenskin. What I would like to see is to make him a 4/5 instead of a 5/4. That one extra health in terms of durability makes a humongous difference. It makes a huge difference. It's a total game changer. Sums it up. So the next one's going to be King Crush. King Crush is the last one you should disenchant. This is the last legendary you should disenchant if you do have him. And you should only disenchant him if you have disenchanted all the other ones. And the primary reason why is because King Crush is, well, okay, he's not exactly viable, but he's one of the most fun cards to play. Even though this guide is meant to be objective in terms of win percentage, you know, what gives you the best benefit for what you're doing, King Crush is just, I think his fun percentage outweighs his actual play and win percentage disadvantage. That's just my personal opinion, but still, if you have King Crush and you need good legendaries, you should disenchant him. Get rid of him. Dust him. Me, personally, I have all the cards I need, so I'm just, you know, building up extras at this point. But yeah, that pretty much wraps up my guide for all the legendaries, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope this video was helpful. Let me know in the comments below what kind of guides and videos you would like to see in the future. Someone actually posted this a long time ago, do a disenchanting guide, and now here it is, man. So if you have any videos you'd like to see, let me know. Post in the comments, man. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And yeah, until next time, peace.